What's up everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you are new, in honor of me finally reaching my 37th week of pregnancy and officially considered full term. It was time to pack all of our hospital bags, and I'm excited to share all of that with you today. So before we get started, as usual, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these as much as I do. I have been watching quite a few, even though this is my second time around, just to cover all of my bases and make sure there's not something that I'm missing, because it has been a couple of years since I had my last baby. So I won't ramble on anymore. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. So even though I'm calling this what's in my hospital bag video, we are actually having an out of hospital birth through a birth center, which is basically just the perfect combination of what it would be like to have a home birth and a hospital birth. Like, you kind of have the medical attention that's necessary to help you, but you also don't have to clean up the mess afterward. So the only real difference is that I don't have to pack for an overnight stay. Theoretically, if everything goes smooth with our natural birth, then we will be leaving and coming home the same day within like a 3 or 4 hour period after I have the baby. So I don't necessarily have to pack a bag that has like extra clothes for Dylan. However, me being the control freak that I am, I do have an extra bag packed in case we have to go through a hospital transfer and end up having to stay in a hospital for 48 hours if something goes wrong or failure to progress, anything like that, which is what happened when I was having my daughter Aubrey. I had planned on going through a birth center and having an all-natural birth and coming home a few hours later, but of course, because of failure to progress, we ended up going to the hospital anyway, and I was happy that I had packed in preparation for that, so I basically repeated the same stuff. I am not an overpacker, but I do like to prepare for kind of like a worst case scenario type of thing. So everything that I packed for our labor and delivery when I was pregnant with Aubrey, I ended up using. So I like to think that I am pretty much prepared for anything that may happen. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. The first thing I'm going to start with is the outfit that I plan to actually labor in. So when I'm just hanging out at the house and I don't have any visitors or anything like that, I'm kind of already in comfortable clothing. But I do have an outfit set aside for what I plan to change into when I know it's time to actually go to the birth center. So I'll start with that. They obviously recommend something super comfortable, either something that you don't care that gets messy or something dark colored, because you don't know if your water's gonna break or if you're gonna have any bleeding or anything like that. So I picked up a super comfortable, very, very soft and lightweight pajama set from Target. It is a button-up, so it's really easy to take off or even to unbutton and allow skin to skin underneath while still remaining covered up. And it's got a matching pair of shorts. And underneath of that, I will just be wearing this black lace bralette. It doesn't have any underwire or padding or anything like that. It is very, very comfortable, very stretchy. I got it in a 2-pack and randomly found it at Aldi, which doesn't seem like something you would find at the grocery store, but they sometimes have some really cool finds. And I actually want to wear this when I labor in the pool, which is ideally what I hope will happen, is that I can labor and transition and deliver and have a water birth. So this will be what I wear in the water. As far as shoes is concerned, I'm just going to be throwing on a pair of slippers. These are super comfortable, obviously easy to take on and off. The only complaint that I might have about these is that they are obviously very warm, and not only do you get very hot when you're in labor, but it's hot outside right now because it's the end of August, middle of September when I might be having her. But I'm going to wear these because they are super comfortable, but I do have a light pair of socks in case I want to take those off, but I still want to have something on my feet. That will be the outfit that I'll change into when it's time to go to the birth center and it's comfortable enough to do most of my laboring in. So moving on to the bag that I have packed to take to the actual birth center. I have everything packed in our new diaper bag. I will start with this very first thing on top, which is just my noise canceling wireless headphone set, just to block out any excess noise if I really need to allow myself to focus on the task at hand. In this very front pocket, there is a small zipper in the front that I don't have anything in, but it's got a clip for like your keychain, and a lot of people put their cell phone in the smaller front pocket like that. It does have this front pouch that has insulated pockets for your bottles. as well as a mesh pocket. And the only thing I have in here right now is my charger for my camera battery. But this is where I will be putting my camera, memory card, mini tripod, and anything that's necessary for the actual camera when it's time to go, which is part of my last minute grab list. This front pocket is just a magnet flap. And for right now, I have 4 newborn diapers, as well as a little card that has my birth plan or birth wishes on it, so to speak. I didn't really have a super specific birth plan this time around, just because my midwives are really on the same page, obviously, as far as what I want for my labor and delivery, but it was still really important to make one in case you do have to transfer to the hospital, because you want hospital staff to know what your wishes are. And in the opposite pocket, all I have is a brand new stainless steel tumbler. I just picked it up from Walmart, but I plan on putting Gatorade in here to help me stay hydrated with electrolytes while I'm in labor. And I'll also be bringing my larger jug that you've seen several times, and obviously keeping that filled with ice water. So in the larger pocket is where I have all of my main stuff. And the first thing I'll show you inside of this waterproof pocket in the very front is 2 of these stainless steel reusable straws. Both of them fit even my bigger water jug perfectly, and I got those straws in a 5-pack from Walmart, really cheap, and I've already used a couple of them. It came with a variety of sizes and I really liked them. But the first thing is a new towel. So I just picked up a new one, obviously black, because like I said, things get pretty messy. This is for after I take my first shower. It was really cheap and not one that I really care about in case it gets messy or ruined. In my toiletry bag, I like to go ahead and just get travel size stuff so that there's not too much things I need to remember or write down for a last minute pack list. I do have a just bar of soap. I do have my reusable bottles of shampoo and conditioner. I did pick up a travel size deodorant so that we don't have to worry about remembering one of ours. And even if we do have to transfer to the hospital, I picked up a men's one because it'll work for both of us for the time being. I got a new brush, just a cheap one from Dollar Tree, so that, like I said, I don't have to remember to pack a brush last minute. I got both of us a new pack of toothbrushes. This really will only come in handy if we have to transfer to the hospital and we're going to need it for an overnight stay, but we needed new toothbrushes anyway, so I'm kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm bringing a disposable razor, again, in case of a hospital transfer, because I don't really care about shaving my legs, but I have to shave my armpits every day because it's really irritating, so I'm making sure to bring a razor. I also have a travel size toothpaste, some leftover bobby pins, as well as a couple of hair ties. And then for labor, because they say that your lips can get really dried out from all the heavy breathing, I have 2 chapsticks. So that's everything that I have in my actual toiletries bag. Other thing I'm bringing is a brand new pack of makeup remover wipes. One side of them is exfoliating. I've tried a few of them from this pack and I love them, and it's something that I keep around my house anyway. So I'm bringing that for right after, or even during labor if I'm extra sweaty and I just want to feel as fresh and clean as possible. Maybe that might help give me like a little booster or pick me up. I think that's a really smart idea to bring those. I do have 2 pairs of Depends that I'm bringing with me. So I didn't even consider these after I had Aubrey, but apparently they are gaining popularity because in all of the videos I'm watching now, more women are switching to these because it's like an all-over protection instead of just like a super huge bulky pad, or people will even double up with these and a pad depending on how heavy your postpartum bleeding is. So I went ahead and got a pack, and I will just see which kind I like better. And I'm only bringing 2 because ideally, again, after we have the baby, it's a very short stay. But on top of those, I am bringing the typical Maxi overnight pads, and I'm only bringing 3 of those with me. If I do end up needing more for some reason, the midwife does have some options for me there, but I do like to bring my own regardless. And if I have to transfer to the hospital always provides you with all the pads and things that you need there, so it's not really necessary for me to bring more than that. And I have 2 super sexy pairs of postpartum underwear. They are high-waisted. They are pretty snug but very comfortable. I'm able to even wear them right now at 9 months pregnant. They are Hanes brand, and I got them in a 4-pack from Target, and they are spandex and nylon, so very, very light. And I'm bringing a gray pair and a black pair, and I'm not really worried about if they get anything on them, but they are snug enough to just keep everything in place. For my outfits that I'm bringing, I would imagine that immediately after taking a shower, I might want to change into this black nightgown. I got this from Walmart, and I got it a few weeks ago just for something comfortable to wear to sleep, like for the duration of my pregnancy, knowing that this might be a really good option to relax in for the few hours after I have the baby and I'm all cleaned up. It is very, very low cut, but that kind of works in my favor as far as nursing and skin to skin goes. So that should be pretty ideal for relaxing in bed with the baby, for us to do the initial skin to skin as well as when they are doing her newborn exam. And to go along with that, I have a very thin black robe, but the cute detail on these is that it's got some lace on the sleeves, so it's still really cute. And again, those 2 are super, super comfortable. And then to go home in, if I don't just end up keeping that outfit on, like if it's in the middle of the night, I might just keep that outfit on and put the slippers on and just ride home. But if it's during the day and I want to just be a little bit more presentable just in case, I do have a plain gray nursing tank that I purchased from Ross at the beginning of my pregnancy, actually. And then I just have an old pair of high-waisted black leggings in a size large from Charlotte Russe. I know a lot of people prefer loose-fitting pants for their going home outfit right after having a baby, but I actually prefer something tight because it just makes like the pad and everything feel more secure. So that's all I'm bringing as far as outfits to lounge in and go home in. And that nightgown and robe set will also be perfect in the event of a hospital transfer, because that's very similar to what I wore in the hospital after I had Aubrey, and I literally kept it on for the entire 2 days. And just in case I need it, I do also have just a plain black nursing bra. It's very similar to a sports bra, and it does have padding in it. I got this for $8 at Burlington, so super cheap. So without everything in there, that's what the inside of the diaper bag looks like. The last thing that I have packed in there in this little plastic pouch to keep it protected are the baby outfits. So I'm only bringing 2. Both of these are just kind of depending on what time of day we have her, and that's how I'll decide what she'll actually be going home in. But all I have is a plain white newborn onesie to go along with these really soft, cute olive green newborn leggings. Those are from Target. And then for her first pictures to announce that she's been born, I have this black floral headband, super soft, but it has that matching olive green color in it, and the matching swaddle blanket so we can take some cute pictures. But like I said, if we end up having her early and we're going home like early afternoon to early evening, this outfit will be good enough to bring her home in because it'll still be warm outside and I don't want her to get too overheated. But if it is at night when we end up going home, I have a newborn pajama set, zip up pajama set. The sleeves do fold around her hands, but I am bringing a pair of mittens anyway just in case. These ones are not footy pajamas, so I do have a pair of socks as well as mittens and a matching hat. So that'll be her outfit, another option in case we end up going home at night and it may or may not be a little bit cooler outside. So that's everything that I'm bringing in our birth center bag, and ideally that is the only one that we are going to be needing. But like I said, in the event of a hospital transfer, which fingers crossed we won't end up having to experience, I have this backup bag with everything that we'll need to prepare for a 48-hour stay. Most of it is things for Dylan, and it's just in one of his backpacks. In this tiny little pocket right up in the top, I have a bag of quarters and a couple of singles. so that he has the option of grabbing a snack or a drink for either him or myself in the vending machine. When we ended up having Aubrey, it's funny now to laugh at, but it was like literally in between paychecks and we were like tight on money, and I felt so bad for him because we didn't bring any snacks or anything like that, so he had nothing to eat. Meanwhile, they were bringing me my 3 meals a day, and it was really miserable. So not only am I bringing the bag of quarters just to make sure that he's covered, I also have a bag of snacks that I'll show you in a second. But moving on, in the main pocket, a towel for him so that he's able to shower as well. And then I just have a change of basketball shorts, 2 extra t-shirts because he can wear the same pair of basketball shorts, but he'll have the option to change his shirt, and he'll probably just wear a pair of basketball shorts and a t-shirt he doesn't care about to the birth center for when I'm in labor. So that's enough to cover him for an entire couple of days if we have to transfer. He does have a pair of socks, a couple of extra pairs of underwear. In this very front pocket up here, an extension cord, which is something that I saw other moms packing when I watched their What's in My Hospital Bag videos, and it's not something I thought about before, but would have been really convenient because you never know where the outlets are going to be, and I know I would have loved to have been able to have my phone close by me, so an extension cord is really going to come in handy. Right now I've got an extra phone charger in here, and my phone charger is on the last minute grab list. And then I've also got a extra charger that goes along with our sound machine. So I am bringing a sound machine this time, which is also a recommendation that I've seen from other moms. And I also wish that I had brought something like this with me and had it for our hospital stay with Aubrey. Not only because it will help everybody sleep, because there's a lot of commotion in the hospital when the nurses are coming in and out to check you every couple of hours, as well as to help drown out the sound of snoring from a husband, not to mention any names, but this would have really come in handy because that made it really difficult to sleep. Sorry, Dylan. And then the only extra things that I'm bringing in this bag for the baby is just an extra onesie, and then I've got another really cute swaddle blanket, and this one came with a purple matching hat as well as a gray headband, so that would be cute in case I want to take more pictures because there's literally nothing else to do while you're in the hospital. And I'm also bringing a pack of new pacifiers. Aubrey didn't really like pacifiers, but you never know, so I'm bringing them just in case that might help soothe her. But this time around I plan on just nursing as much as possible to help with my milk supply. And I'm not worried about bringing any extra outfits other than that with me, because even if we do have to transfer to the hospital, they have shirts and swaddles for your baby, so there's no real need to overpack. So that's everything that we need in the event of a hospital transfer, but I'll repeat myself again, fingers crossed we won't have to experience something like that. Moving right along is my snack bag that I'm bringing. So this part is probably going to seem a little bit excessive, but I kind of have like post-traumatic stress of not being able to have something accessible for Dylan to eat. And also, if you are planning on having an out-of-hospital birth, the really cool thing that is typically different from a hospital is that they allow you to eat, and it can actually help make the labor process easier because you are constantly replenishing your energy. So a few of these snacks are specifically for me to help me keep my energy up. I'll start obviously with the Gatorade. I'm bringing 3 bottles of this, and this is what I'll be keeping in that stainless steel cup with some ice, just for some extra electrolytes. My midwife recommended bringing snacks that are not really hard to chew and something that is easy on the stomach, because you never know if you're going to feel nauseous or anything like that. So I got a 4-pack of applesauce pouches, which is something we normally buy for the house anyway, so it won't go to waste. And I got the strawberry flavor. I also got a bag of hard candies, some Jolly Ranchers, not only because like just having something in your mouth, especially if it's sugary, will give you a quick boost of energy, but also because apparently you have a pressure point at the top of your mouth, so I thought that was really interesting, so that should come in handy. And then for both Dylan and I, whether in labor or not, I got a bag of Twix because we both like these. And it can't hurt to have them around the house if you don't end up using them. Also, while I'm in labor, I do have these real fruit pineapple popsicles just for both to keep me cool, it's easy to eat, and also for an extra source of vitamins while I'm in labor, because that will also help keep my energy up. And for my postpartum meal, my midwife said that a lot of people just bring frozen dinners because you never know what time of day you'll be delivering the baby and places might not be open, and that way nobody has to leave and come back with food. So I literally just got a Hungry Man meal from Walmart. I remember being like starving after having Aubrey, to a point where my first hospital meal that they brought me tasted like a 5-star meal. So this will come in handy, and it does have protein in it, which is ideal for your first postpartum meal. But for Dylan, this time around, I am bringing a 4-pack of Red Bull for him, because this was like his #1 regret of not having while we were in labor with Aubrey. He was super tired. He actually ended up falling asleep on the hospital room floor, and he was kind of upset that like nobody went and got me a Red Bull. So this time I'm bringing a 4-pack for him. I do have a bag of goldfish for him to snack on. Also a bag of teriyaki flavored beef jerky, and his favorite is these Uncrustable grape jelly peanut butter jelly sandwiches. He loves these all the time, so even if we don't end up using them, it's not wasted money. So that covers it. That's everything we have packed in preparation for baby number 2's arrival. I hope that you found this video interesting and very helpful, especially if you are expecting your first baby and kind of have no idea where to start, and you also don't like to overpack, but you also want to be prepared at the same time, just like we are. And I really do feel like I've covered all of my bases and everything will be put to good use. So if you did enjoy this video, please, please, please take a second and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and I will see you in our next video, which may or may not be a 38-week pregnant update, depending on if we make it there or not. But regardless, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.